Hey y'all, it's Nada
and Tinka
from American Blonde, and you're hanging with Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hank's Corner. We made it. This is the 150th episode of Hank's Corner, and you know it's going to be a good one. Of course, I'm Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and, of course, podcasting.
Hey, y'all. I'm Hannah Geyser. I'm so excited to be chatting with American Blonde today. I'm also a country music singer-songwriter, so super excited to connect with these ladies today and, learn more about y'all for real.
Woo! I know, we're so excited. Thank y'all so much for having us.
Yeah, and there you go. Hannah introduced, we got American Blonde here for my special 150th episode. I'm so excited about this. We got Nata and Tinka there, and, when I got to come up to Nashville, one of my most recent times, I got to see Taylor Hughes put on a show there at the Listening Room. And I remember coming up to you guys and saying that I've had everybody on the stage on the podcast except for you. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And here we are on the 150th episode doing it. So thank you so much.
So cool, honestly,
Yeah.
and I have to say we're so honored. 150th is like
Such a big deal.
Such a big deal. You guys are amazing. We love your work, so we're just so excited to be here. We're so pumped.
And meeting you at the Listening Room that day, that was so much fun.
fun.
We always love playing the Listening Room, and Taylor, she's just an incredible artist alone. So, I mean, that was just so cool. So, yeah, thanks again for having us. We're super excited.
She's definitely a great artist, and I get the opportunity because as a photographer is one of the things that I do. I get to throw some stuff up here on the back wall, and so we're going to be adding to the back wall, pictures from the event. So I got them here, and we did a bunch of them, and then of course we had other people there as well besides Taylor. We had Maddie True, which I definitely love her, which hangs out with McMahon, who does his own podcasting, and of course Kate Boytek. So it's great to come full circle here.
It really is. It's truly an honor.
We're like one big happy family down here in Nashville. Like everybody knows everybody. We're all connected somehow. So
somehow, some way.
Love it.
Right. We love it.
Yeah, and one of the things that I do want to talk about is how life is in Nashville for you two specifically, because I've always kind of talked about it's kind of like a family with the singer-songwriters and everybody that work together. But actually, in doing some research, and I came across somebody else doing a podcast, they said that there really is a lot more competition behind the scenes. Is that true? Am I missing that? Because I've always heard more that it's like a family, and I bring that up because obviously, being siblings, you are definitely a family.
Yeah,
that's a very great.
Such a great question, and I feel like it may be a different type of answer coming from us because we are more of like a band type of artist instead of like, I don't know what the competition's like with other artists in Nashville, but I feel like it's more family valued than competitive, really, because everybody that we've ever run into in this town is like wanting to help you out. Let's collaborate. You're amazing. Let's make something magical together. Like it's very much that energy, and I love that so much. What's your take on it?
I think it's all about perspective as well. Like no matter like what you do in the music industry, it's just always like glass half full, glass half empty. You can look at everybody around you like who is absolutely incredible and amazing and might have like really cool shticks and things about them, and you can look at them as a threat, or you can look at them and be proud and be like, hey, I know that person and they're amazing and they're going to do great things. Maybe we should write together. So I think it's perspective, and like Tinka said, we have our little quirks about us that make us different, but at the end of the day, like it's just one big happy family.
One big old family.
And I do love that everybody is really nice, at least to the surface. Yeah. As far as I know, everybody's really nice.
Love it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely know what you're talking about. Walking into a room and it's all about perspective, like you said.
Yes.
Like, you go in the room and you're like, they look intimidating. I don't know. And then you talk to them and you're like, oh, wow. Like we can totally build each other up here. It's really special.
I love
It's so
that.
true.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But let's get down to the the nitty gritty part of it, because being that you are sisters and you live in the same town and you working together, and I know through social media you're doing family dinners together and all that stuff. When do you guys actually get on each other's nerves, or does that not happen?
Oh goodness, you have the best questions, man.
These are great.
It's such a good question because I feel like the last time and I'm completely being honest, like the last time that I feel like that either one of us could have gotten on each other's nerves were like just younger years. Our parents always taught us that it's really like, if anything's ever going on in the household, like we had another sister too. So it was 3 little girls against mom and dad. And it was always no title telling, it's y'all against us. And so from a very young age, we always kind of like figured out that, we really are each other's like ride or dies in life. So I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, we have a great way of working together. Like if one of us is working harder or pulling more weight than the other, we always like let each other know, like, hey, can you start taking over this and I'll do that. Like it's just a very good coexisting.
And I will say it's probably also has something to do with the fact that we are polar opposites. Like that sounds like it wouldn't work out, like we would be butting heads all the time.
We're so opposite.
But it works out because if I was working with somebody, if you had more of my personality, like I tend to get more like aggressive on opinions or, oh, this happened, what do you think about this? Like, should we react to this in a certain way? And Nata's like totally chill. Like she takes the most stoicism approach to everything. And so she like balances me out. And then I balance her out so she doesn't get stepped on all the time. And it's like, we like literally, the flow is so natural. And we never really butt heads because we always like take each other's back on the things that we, kind of struggle with.
And I will say, I don't know, because we're not twins, but we grew up so close together that I feel like if anything ever happens, like even outside of us, like we feel each other's energy and presence. So like we immediately kind of already understand what the other's thinking.
Yeah.
But like Tinka was saying, like I have the 2 P's, like she's the most protective and I'm the most professional. So even though I'll try to,
I'm not professional.
You're professional and I'm protective as well. But there will be instances where this girl will have your back in any situation. And I just try to keep everything like, oh, well, maybe they didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I'll try to be professional, but you're like, I'm going to get your back, girl. Like, you cannot be taken advantage of.
I'm emotional. She's professional, which is funny because like you would think the drummer would not be like that. But
Yeah, and one of the things that I've noticed too is that you guys can really rely on that, at least for social media. I mean, obviously, we'll talk about the music and all that, but one of the things that I'm picking up as a learning podcaster, even though it's 150th episode, I'm still learning. And so I'm actually writing notes on what you guys are doing because I'm like, that's great. That's great. And you get that opportunity to do that because, being so close together and then, of course, having that close relationship and living distance that you're just, having a ball doing it and some of the creative stuff that you're coming up with. Whereas, me here in my little corner down in the Tampa Bay area, I don't always get that same collaborations that I can get that's right there in your backyard.
Oh,
well, man,
thank you so much for the compliment. We've been really trying to. I think last year was like we're gonna up our game on social media.
Social media has become such a it's been more than it used to be.
It's such a staple part of the industry nowadays, and we were like, man, there was a moment where we were slacking, and we're like, we really need to kind of like pick up the pace on this kind of thing. So for you to say that really means the world to us.
It does.
Thank you.
We grew up as some Southern girls. Like our parents raised us in such weird ways. Like we hated touching our phones, and
still to this day.
So I know, like we're very big in the moment livers, and we have so much fun together. And like all of our favorite memories, you'll never find any of them on social media because the phones are never around. Yes. So that's one of our biggest struggles in life, but we're trying. So thank you for saying that.
that would shock me a little bit because I've followed your Instagrams and all that stuff, and like definitely that shocks me because I know y'all really put in your time and energy, especially with like I think you kind of have your own little podcast thing that like y'all do and stuff. So like you're putting in the work. It's being seen for sure.
Hey, well, Hannah, thank you.
We're just trying to be like you.
We're just trying to
killing it out here. Amazing.
Well, and then, I kind of noticed what you said, which is kind of the reason why I do this. I mean, for those who really know me, I got a definite full-time job that has nothing to do with this. But on the side, I started, like I say, documenting life's moments because it's very important, as you watch, family growing up and, whatever it may be, to have those moments. And yes, it's gotten very easy to be able to do that with the phone, but like you said, you kind of miss some of it as it goes by fast, and sometimes you have to be intentional to do that. And that's why I like documenting life's moments, because 20, 30 years from now, you're going to look back and say, oh man, wasn't that a great moment? And of course, you never remember the bad moments. You always remember the good ones.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's so true, man. I love it.
I love that.
That's cool.
And speaking about good moments, I heard that you're going to be doing us a great favor today by playing some music, and this would be the time to play a song. So if you are willing to play music, we'd love to have you do it.
We would absolutely love to. That's such an honor. It's always so hard to like choose which ones to showcase for you guys, but yeah, you want to go ahead and
Do we want to?
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, I guess the first song that we'll do for y'all is actually not the most recent single, but the one that we released about late spring last year.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It's one of my favorites because Tinka gets to we're going to be doing more of that coming in the new year. Like, she's such an incredible singer, and she's a drummer, so she's always like on the back of the stage. So she's taking over a lot of the other vocal moments happening, and that happens in the song. And I really love it.
I told her, she was like, "Are you comfortable singing some more like outwardly going parts, like parts where you're singing by yourself?" Because I'm normally just high part harms, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so she started writing more songs where I'll take a verse or so, and then like it's
awesome.
It's really fun. So I love this one for that reason.
Let's do it.
I got my box with me here today. You can't see it, but that's what I'm playing on.
She's got her little box.
I got my cajon. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, this song that we're gonna play for y'all is called "You Look Better on the Way Out," and I think this can really go either way. Whether you know a guy or a girl that's just been that narcissist in your life, if you will.
We've all been there. I know I have.
Well, sometimes they just look better on their way out that door, so it goes a little like this. Woke up alone, but you made me slept over last night. Even in my dreams, you've always got to be right. All the smoke you've been blowing, your spell's been broken this time. So don't even think that you can just come back and apologize. Well, you think you look so good, I never turn you down. Don't turn around, you look better on the way out. Yes, I prefer with you in your boots headed out of my house. Your pretty face ain't as pretty as it used to be. To me, I finally get to see the good side now. Look better on the way out. Hey! That Hollywood smile don't drop me walk no more. Baby, your baby blues, you don't do me like they did before. So I'm scared for walking your sweet tongue, talking something sour. In your big strong muscles, they lost all their power. Don't turn around, you look better on the way out. Yes, I prefer with you in your boots headed out of my house. Your pretty face ain't as great as it used to be. To me, I finally get to see the good side of now. Look better on the way out. Ooh, ooh, run away now. Finally get to see your good side now. You better run away, better run away out. Woo, woo, woo.
Such good fun.
Yes, that was definitely awesome. You just heard American Blonde there, and that was real great to hear that the way guys harmonize and everything. But it's awesome to hear. Of course, I'm Hank Jr. I'm here with my co-host Hannah Geyser. This is the 150th episode of Hank's Corner, and we are definitely having a ball here talking with American Blonde. And the second section is always the section that I get to really document life's moments, and you're going to tell your story. But one of the fun things that I like to do at the beginning of this is to do the two truths and a lie. And then that way we have to figure out a little bit about you. Hannah, why don't you explain how the two truths and a lie goes?
I love it. I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty much, you know the game. You give us three little maybe facts or whatnot, and two of them are true. One of them's a lie, and we've got to guess throughout this podcast which one we think is true.
Ooh,
That's so good.
y'all are so much fun.
I
I'm
love
here for
it. We need more podcasts like y'all in this
Yeah,
world.
no doubt.
Great.
No doubt.
Okay.
And you guys get the choice on how you want to do it. I mean, you could do it individually or as a duel, because you have that advantage. So whatever you think's going to trick us up.
You want to go first?
Gosh. Okay, I could go first.
Okay.
I know that yours would be good. I mean, I know you, but maybe, I don't know. I feel like you got some good ones.
Okay, you want me to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Maybe. Which ones are the truths? Which one's a lie? Okay. Okay, one is I like to go fishing and hiking. This one would be I like to crochet stuffed animals and blankets. And then this one would be I have been skydiving before. So yeah.
Okay.
You decide. Oh gosh.
What's up for you?
Me? Yeah. Oh, me. Okay. I have never gotten a speeding ticket. Never.
I need to hide my face so y'all can't see me.
Never gotten a speeding ticket. I can make a mean espresso martini. And I also love to change the oil in my car.
Ooh, these are good.
These are good.
Not only can you do it, but you like to change the oil. So that's that's different, because just because you can do it doesn't mean you like it. So
You're good.
so Hannah, here we go. We got with Tinka there. Like to fish and hike, like to crochet stuffed animals and blankets, and she has gone skydiving. And then for Netta, we got never got a speeding ticket. She can make a mean espresso martini, and she likes to change oil. So at some point at the end of the podcast, we are going to have to figure out what is the truth and what is the lie.
Ooh, I love that.
So we'll try to tailor the questions, not to give that away, but sometimes we find a way to be sneaky and do that. But
I love that.
tell us a little bit about your story. Coming there from Mississippi, and originally, you talked about your sister were, you guys together were Southern Halo at one point, and then, how did you get from there to where you are today?
Oh man.
What a ride. What a journey.
I know, it feels like I look at our ages and I'm like, I feel like we've lived 40 years, but it's also just the beginning, I feel as if.
It's so funny because where we're from, where we grew up, the Mississippi Delta, like it will put years on you that you're not living, but you feel like you've experienced.
Mhm.
It's so crazy down there.
In the best ways. I want to say, so we got our start playing music and the beginning of our first band, Southern Halo, when we were, I'm not even kidding, I believe I was 5 when I took to the piano. And then I taught myself how to play the guitar. And Tinka and the other sister, Hannah, none of us were good at sports.
No.
We really couldn't figure out what, our extra extracurricular activity would be because all of our friends had them.
We're like, we surely have to have a hobby of some sort. This is ridiculous. So we tried sports, and Nata, I was trying to decide this while Nata was like doing piano and then playing guitar. Because you found Dad's guitar in his closet and everything, so she like naturally just kind of, it was easy for her to be like, there's a guitar, I'm gonna learn that because she's so smart and stuff. And so I was like, ooh, I gotta do something. So I tried soccer, tried track, tried everything. Nada, nothing. It was all bad. And so
you were always hitting on everything, and she had an incredible beat. And then, not to mention, you're probably not going to even say this, but this happened. We would like be riding to school in the back of Mom's car, and any song that came on the radio, classic rock, country, you name it, she's not singing the melody. She had beautiful, perfect pitch, singing the harmony to every single song. And as a kid, you don't know what harmony is. And so I remember looking at you, and I was like, how is she doing that? That sounds amazing.
I remember that. I remember, and I still to this day never sing the melody. Like I always want to sing the harmony for some reason. It's just
she can pick
my happy place.
Any harmony anywhere. But long story short, we found a big love for music at very young ages, and we weren't really trying to do anything with it. We set up a drum set and our instruments in Mom and Dad's living room. Yeah. And I think we learned like 3 songs. We learned a Taylor Swift song,
an AC/DC song,
song, and I
can't remember
Leonard Skinner.
Variety, love,
all over the board. And then we had some friends in town who were friends of Mom and Dad, and they were playing a show, and they were like, "Hey, let's get the girls to open up for us at this restaurant." And we did, and I think that's when we had the bug of like, oh, we love playing in front of people, and this is really fun.
It was so much fun.
So long story short, we started playing music, and like we said, we never thought like, oh, we're going to be famous or this is going to be forever. Like we were just having fun. And we ended up entering in this thing called the Texaco Country Showdown. Before we knew it, we were actually one of the regional contestants.
So we tried out locally, and because we were like hanging out one weekend and somebody's like, hey, there's this thing in this pub, you guys should go play it. And we're like, okay, fine. Sounds fun. You get to play 2 songs. So we were like bummed that we couldn't play like a whole set or something, but we're like, we'll come show up and see what happens. We were not expecting to get past locals. We went from local to state to regional, and then we made it to the finals, which brought us to the beautiful city of Nashville, Tennessee, which is kind of why we're here to begin with, because we got to play and perform in the amazing, legendary Ryman Auditorium.
And it was so
which
cool.
is where they were kind of having this like final battle of the bands for the finals. And LeAnn Rimes was there hosting it. It was like this crazy experience we've never experienced in our entire lives. And it was televised, the whole shebang. And so it kind of just like sparked our love even more for country music, because being in Nashville, Tennessee, country music is thriving everywhere there. And we were like, we're really loving this. Like we went from blues to country, and now we're
to rock country.
Just a big old mixing pot of the good stuff,
Yeah, and I gotta say too, like not only did that bring us to Nashville for the first time, and like we had done our history, like we geeked out on all the different types of musical legends like through the years, and so playing the Ryman was not only like legendarily a bucket list goal, but we found our love for like, okay, we can do this. This is really fun, and then it also opened a lot of doors from like Mr. Jeff Cook from the band Alabama, like helped take us under his wing and like showed us how to record our first EP.
I think he was
Southern Halo.
He was watching the televised program, and he was like, they need help. They need help. He was like, they need an EP. They need to be shown how it's done. So he was just so nice and courteous enough to be like, I'm going to show you guys how to record. So he brought us to his recording studio, and that's when we learned how to be session musicians and sing and like record everything from scratch by ourselves, and like
cool. Because Hannah, I mean, it's a different world.
It's a whole different world
when you go into the studio.
Oh yeah, whole different mindset, whole different thing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had no idea what we were doing.
No. So I guess it was just like after that, it was just doors open from like, hey, do the girls want to open up for this person there? And like we just started doing anything, everything, everywhere,
picking up every opportunity.
We never said no. So I think that's when we were just, we kept going. And then we did a few things with Radio Disney Country while we were kids. We did 3 separate European tours. And then 2019 comes, and, we've been doing this since we were like children, like 12, 13, 14.
Babes.
We didn't even physically attend high school because of how crazy our schedule was, and just kind of started doing it online. And so we got to a point to where we actually like had to take a step back because 2020 was approaching and
That was crazy.
we were all forced off the road so we could finally like
settle down
and like look into what is life kind of thing.
Like, are we happy where we are in our careers right now? Do we want to keep going?
Do we want to do something different?
It kind of, that time in life, we all know the word, we don't want to say it, kind of gave us the chance to like sit back and like reevaluate and just take a different approach to, you know, where we are today, which is where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we made some changes. Hannah, we asked her if she wanted to still be a part of the band, and she actually turned around and was like, guys, I think I wanna go to school again and I wanna pick up something else. And we were like, girl,
go for it. You're only
it.
what was she was 19. I was like, you're not even legal enough to drink. Like you still are, we're all still trying to figure out like what we want.
Yeah. And so she did, and we were so proud of her, and she's kicking butt. She's in Oklahoma City, and we knew for sure because that time of that era, we would kind of realize like, oh, we don't ever want to be off the road again.
Well, I'll tell you when we knew that for a fact was 2020 made everyone just shut down. And so it was actually the first time in our like almost adult, like we were just now becoming adult like lives where we weren't doing the one thing that we just remembered kind of doing our whole life. And so we just hit like a wall of depression. And like I said, we like to look at the glass half full. So we took 2020 as like a blessing in disguise on our end because it kind of gave us the excuse to really like push the brakes and like look back at life and be like, wow, we really do love this because we can't imagine not doing this for the rest of our lives.
No, absolutely not. So we just rebranded and matured our sound a little bit and really sticking to the things that we love most that we want to hear in our music and then portray it on stage. And here we are today.
Yeah, it's a constant.
It's a constant grind.
It's a constant grind and like battle of like, you know, trying to portray who you really want to be as an artist is so hard. You never think it would be so hard, but especially when you had an image of like young Radio Disney kind of like country pop when you in reality you come to our shows and we're a little bit more rock edgy. So kind of like using that time to like really like figure out the rebranding has been awesome. And we're still doing it. Yeah. We're still rebranding.
Still to this day.
Yeah, and you've been doing a good job of it, and you know, good for your sister that moved on. And I saw that on social media. You almost had the opportunity to bring in Sabrina Carpenter to be your third at that point, but somehow she slipped away.
I know, right? That was just one of the craziest times in life. Like, what is life? That was wild.
And Jake Paul was there. We got a picture together. He was like,
can you be the biggest crush? Oh my gosh.
I mean, you know. He's different today. But back then he was a real cutie.
Well, I know one of the songs that you have that I think is a real fun song called Tell Your Mama Hi. Definitely enjoyed that one, and I'm kind of hoping maybe you'll play it on Hank's Corner for us.
Oh, absolutely. We love Tell Your Mama Hi.
That's such a fun one.
This was actually, speaking of our story, like, you know, in 2020, we actually took a lot of time off the road to write. And like Tinka said, you know, get more into the maturing songwriting level. And grown up in the South, I was like, you know, we should have one of those songs that's kind of like, you know, I love your mama. Your mom is an amazing Southern woman because who doesn't love a good Southern mama?
They're always the salt of the earth humans. But sometimes them boys just that they're raising, they don't come out right. Like so, you would expect them to coming from that mama.
Where we come from, sometimes you just break up with a boy, but you're like, man, I wonder how Sharon's doing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. We're still close.
We're still close. Yeah. So this is called Tell Your Mama Hi.
Yeah.
You got a two-year-old mama with a heart like Tennessee. She raised you much better than you've been treating me. How could a saint bring up such a sinner? I'm gonna leave you, but I'm gonna miss her. Oh yeah. I don't need you, and if I say to get emotional tonight, it's not about you, it's not about you. There's the one who gave you life. You ain't worth the tears that I ain't never gonna cry. Oh, one more thing before I say goodbye. but it all ends right now. She's gonna smack you upside the head when she finds out. Come on. How you did this and oh, how you did that. Oh, yeah. She never let you forget when I come back. Hey, I don't need you, but if I seem to get emotional tonight, not about you, it's nothing about you. Dance to the one day you mine. You ain't worth the tears that I ain't never gonna cry. Oh, one more thing before I say goodbye. Tell your mama hi. It's sure a shame you didn't get a beautiful soul. I wish you came out as good as a Casarosa. That's right. I don't need you, and if I seem to get emotional tonight, it's not about you, it's nothing about you. Dance to the one who gave you mine. You ain't worth the tears that I ain't never gonna cry. Oh, one more thing before I say goodbye. Hi, tell your mama hi, yeah. Tell your mama hi, yeah. Tell your mama hi.
That's so
And welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my co-host Hannah, and we're talking with American Blonde here. And one of the things that I did want to point out is that your music is diverse, and when I say that, it's kind of like the meanings behind the stuff. I mean, because you have fun ones like Tell Your Mom Hi, which was pretty good, and then of course, but then you got things that are like very emotional bound, like Prettiest Girl in Town.
Oh,
And then of course you got like what I had on my podcast episode where I did the Christmas music, where you got Kiss Me This Christmas. You got music that fits all these different things, and how do you come up with what you're going to write, and is some of this stuff from the heart, something is that you guys just collaborate on, and how easy is it to write from the heart?
oh man, such good questions. Tinka's actually been coming into the writers' room a lot more here lately, which has been so cool because I was going back to that cool harmony thing, and her beats are so cool. But I did start as the principal songwriter, and so I'm you're a dream songwriter or your worst songwriter, because I'm very project oriented. Like, I don't just like write anything, anytime, anywhere. Like, I love having exactly what we want or what we're looking for, because we also do come from a very live stage performance.
Right.
So we're always thinking about, hitting all the marks. So depending on who I'm in the room with, I really love just kind of like going with whatever the other writer's going for. And then sometimes it just works out for us. But then other times, like Prettiest Girl in Town, I was just going through some serious personal things, and I'm like, I need to write about
That's
this.
so funny you bring that one up. We just worked it up for a new gig that we're doing coming up, and
Next
it's
week.
just like, man, we have so many songs that Nat has written that like are so deep and sentimental. Like, y'all haven't even heard some of these yet. And
There's some darker ones.
I cry every time she plays them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. But we're bringing Prettiest Girl back up at our next gig, and I'm so excited. I love the sentimental stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here lately, we can't wait for y'all to hear some of this new stuff that we're getting ready to record. But keeping the live show in mind, if you haven't been to a live show, you have to see Tinka on the drums.
Girl.
The show is so much fun, and it just provokes some kind of energy from you that, like,
There she is.
I know.
And of course, when that new music does come out, make sure that you send over the cover art, because on my Hank Jr. Productions Facebook page, I'm always putting out, the new Music Friday stuff. And of course, you'll be right there on the top when you do it. Just another way I can give back to support artists.
You're amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm so excited. so
Yeah.
excited.
That'd be
That'd be
great.
awesome.
Yeah, and with that being said, like I guess I kind of had some questions about like obviously like you want to hit the sentimental, what's gonna get, to people's hearts and resonates, but I guess like how do y'all prepare going into the writers' rooms and like getting in your headspace to really nail what you want? Because like you said, you like to have it like, you like to have it down before you get in there. So like what are you doing to prepare for that?
Man, see, we've actually talked about this here lately as well. Like before going into the writer's room, I always make sure I have like topics that really are most important to the two of us, or something that we truly are feeling, or like like currently on the brain or on the mind. And I gotta say, I've gotten really lucky here lately with like being in rooms with people who are specifically wanting to help like write for this project.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I just always like, I don't know where the poetic thing, but like if you look at some of my notes, I'm like, am I trying to be a songwriter or a literature?
Like, am I writing poems or songs?
Poems or songs? I don't know.
And she's so funny. The way that she works is like, we'll get in a room and everybody always asks her like, so what do you create first? And she goes, the music video. And they're like, I'm expecting the melody or lyrics, title, chorus, and she's like, I focus on the music video first every single time. Or if there's a melody that somebody else is playing, she imagines a music video, and then the words just come out. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I've never written a song the same, and she's kind of figuring that out as well. But like, if like a melody or a title or just a phrase just like jumps out and you just completely resonate with it, I'm like, okay, I can see exactly what's going on. Let's just write the script.
But I love hearing how different everybody is with that process. So I'm dying to know what is it like for you when you write? What comes to mind first? What's your favorite?
Oh yeah, totally. I definitely resonate with that because I am a very visual person. So like if I have an idea, I will like Pinterest board, look up things so I can like visualize the concept.
Get the mood.
That's smart.
Oh yeah, just to like, looking at things and like just taking in like the imagery of it all. I think that's definitely something I've also implied in my music. So I get what y'all are saying. Like it helps so much. Music video it up.
Yeah, right. You got to see the visuals. I agree, Hannah. You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, and everybody definitely has their own style, and when it comes out, I would definitely love hearing all the different styles. I'm not one to shy away from, people like to label and stuff. I mean, we talked about whether it's country, rock, bluesy, or whatever, sentimental, fun. Give it to me at all, especially if you can give me a drink in my hand. I'll definitely enjoy it even more so.
You're our type of people.
But speaking about drink in the hand, because I always have to talk about food on my podcast, and what a way to kick off the next segment. Hannah and I are going to do the rapid fire questions. And the first question, I want to know, what is your go-to comfort food?
Oh, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
But the what's the kind? The chickpea kind.
She loves the chickpea mac and
Chickpea
cheese. My favorite comfort, man, pizza. It's so cliche. Pizza.
Mac and cheese and pizza.
Carb girls.
All right. How about do you like the mountains or the beach?
That's easy. Mountains,
beach.
Yin and yang.
Yeah.
Well, we only have the beach here in Florida, but hopefully that's still enough to get both of you maybe to come down this way and play for us. But
Amazing.
So, but speaking about drinks, and I know one of you has decided that we're not going to be drinking during the week, but when you actually do, take a drink, what is your drink of choice?
Oh, that's so funny because she's a little cocktail. She does a lot of stuff. She's like a race car driver, blah, 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 everything. But she's also an incredible like mixologist.
Oh, it's so cool.
So she changes what she drinks all the time. But what is she driving with right now?
Currently, I don't know. A good gin martini, or a good like gimlet, or I don't know. I've kind of been like dancing around this homemade recipe I came up with. It's just like some vodka, soda water, ground cloves, and pear juice. You mix it. It is so good. It is like summer in a glass.
If you go to a bar and you ask for a drink that everybody's gonna have, what do you get?
Oh, well, espresso martinis currently. But Tinka, she's so clean. See, I'll dabble in the sugar.
I'm a straightforward girl. I don't like anything sweet. I just want the brutest. I'll take a shot of anything, but my favorite go-to when I go to a restaurant is tequila soda water with lime if they got it. but if not, it's cool.
She's so easy. She's so, bartenders hate me. They,
Favorite movie genre?
Oh, murder mystery. I love old, the old kind.
comedy.
Comedy.
I just want to laugh.
That's good. That's good.
Need a good laugh after all that songwriting.
Yes, all that deep stuff.
Get it.
Given the opportunity to perform with an artist on stage, living or past, who would you like to do that with?
Bryan Adams or Kelly Clarkson. Faux show.
Jason Aldean, Lainey Wilson.
Together
would be great.
That would be the most preferable.
That's a lineup right there. Yeah.
Jessica, Jason Aldean's drummer, Rich Redmond, is her idol.
I love
loves
him. Oh my god. We're trying to get him into our next studio. He said he would, so we're gonna. Hopefully, that would be amazing. If he could like mentor, help play on the record, that'd be crazy.
Right?
So cool. All right, what's the last song y'all listened to?
Oh, yeah, we're getting ready for a cruise, so I just listened to some reggae music.
You did. Bob
I
Marley,
think it was.
right?
I listened to "Rude Girl" by Tribal Seeds.
Oh, Tribal Seeds. Girl. That's a good song.
That's good. What you got?
Margaritaville.
Hey,
I love the headspace here.
Yes.
Love
I mean,
it.
it's getting me there. It's too cold here right
cold.
now.
Yeah, and I did see that you're going to be taking what is it called? It's not taking off, but I'm not sure exactly how you say it with the ship. But you're going to be leaving from the Miami, which I'm hoping maybe you'll swing by Tampa along the way. But yeah, you guys going to be having fun out there performing on the cruise. Definitely looking forward to that. Wish I could be there, but I did check out the prices, and I'm like, yeah, I should have saved up first. But
Man, hey, next time, this is our first time playing on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. She has, and so she's been like getting us excited and ready.
Nobody in our band, like our entire band, has never been on a cruise before. So I'm like, oh,
She's like, I got y'all.
I got y'all.
yeah, well, you'll definitely have fun, and we can't wait to see what social media stuff you'll bring back from that. And Hannah, we can't get away from doing the two truths and a lie. We're gonna have to come up with it. And here's what I'm going to let you do as the guest co-host: is Hannah, do you want to pick Tinka's or do you want to take your shot at Nata's?
Oh,
I'm thinking Nata's just because I feel like I may have picked up on a few things you said.
Okay, so she said that she has never gotten a speeding ticket. She makes a mean espresso martini, and she likes to change her oil.
Okay, so the espresso martini one is definitely true.
true.
I accidentally gave that away too. Oh my
See, we could be sneaky. That's the thing.
Honestly, I didn't know that.
And then you've never gotten a speeding ticket, maybe?
Never.
Okay, so
Hey, that was the lie.
Do you think that's the lie or the truth?
that one's true.
It's a lie.
Oh,
I
you
got
lied.
a speeding ticket.
What? Yeah. Oh my god. Wait, what was the third option?
I like to change my oil. It's fine.
Oh,
Well, I might need you to do mine because I can't. I don't know about that.
see, I thought I exposed you there too because it's a race car driver. And, like she loves working
I
on car parts.
did notice that, but I was like, I'm not sure.
I know the other two were kind of sneaky. I see. You're
Y'all
good.
are
You're
good.
good.
So I have to guess, for Tinka, does she like to fish and hike, like to crochet stuffed animals and blankets, and has she gone skydiving? And that crocheting is definitely different than being outdoors, fishing and hiking and skydiving. So I am a little stumped on that, but I'm going to say that she does like to fish and hike. Getting out there in the mountains, plenty of stuff to do that there. I'm going to say that she also likes to crochet, but she hasn't been skydiving and she wants to go skydiving.
We got a winner.
All right.
Good.
Well, I know I want to do some skydiving, and I'm actually waiting until I'm eligible to retire from my full-time job, maybe. So that way, if I do get injured or get hurt or something like that, I'm good to go. But I'm excited. Hopefully, maybe, for my 50th birthday is something that, which is not too far around the corner, a couple years down the road. Maybe I'll give that a try. So
That would be so fun. win.
She wants to do it so badly
I wanna
too.
do it.
Y'all should go
If you
together.
beat me to it, you're gonna have to let me know how it goes.
Yes. Okay, same, ditto. We'll hold each other accountable on that. There you go.
All right, and we are getting close to the end, but I was kind of hoping to if you can do one more song for us.
We would love Absolutely. Of course, we would love to play for y'all all night long.
Play all night long.
Man. So I guess this last song we'll close y'all with, which is kind of relating to you as well. Didn't I hear you say you were also a wedding photographer?
Yeah, so I have done plenty of wedding photography. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. I can say that, and both of you got married, and you've seen the social media post on all that. So I'm sure you guys got a lot of stories about weddings in general, and I think I know where you're going with this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, so many stories. So this was actually the most recent single that we released. We released this back in I believe September last year, and it has been a very big topic. Like you said, we both have been married. We've both been in each other's weddings and other friends' weddings, and so we get wedding culture. We get bridesmaid culture, and
It's a lot.
It's a lot. We kind of look at it like we always say, we look at the glass half full. We will do anything for the ones we love.
Yes.
And when we say anything, we will do anything.
Anything.
However, when they do get back to back and you got to be in Tampa this weekend, Colorado that weekend,
Arizona the next,
you're like, wow, I'm going to need 3 side jobs just to afford to be a bridesmaid for everybody.
That's a lot.
And so when Tinka was she was the first sister to get married. So when she was on her honeymoon, I actually stayed back and looked at my empty bank account and decided to write a song about it instead of cry about it.
She did not hold back she was, of course, my maid of honor.
Oh,
she was shoveling
on a
money.
musician, Hannah, budget.
It's bad.
It was bad. So I was like, oh yeah, I've never seen negatives in the account before. so yeah, I wrote a little song about it. It's called Broke Bridesmaid. Woo! I love it. And it goes like this. But I can pay my rent. Wedding season is only beginning. Between the hair, the nails, the dress, the gifts, the showers, the lights, the drinks, the back trip costs so much to do. But I skip a few. I still love y'all, but my bank account drained. Summer, spring, or fall, only make it if it may rain. And I guess that it's your special day, and I wish that I could celebrate, but oh no, be there to hold your bouquet. Wow. Honey, I'm a broke bridesmaid, a broke bridesmaid, yeah. Come on. And it's getting hitched, and nothing really ends. And Abby's got a whole day castle booked in Switzerland. Where the hell is that anyway? And me, I'm just here working overtime. Can somebody please get married close by? Can't I receive pay? Let somebody pay to me. I still love y'all, but my bank account drained. Summer, spring, or fall, only make it if it may rain. And I guess that it's your special day, and I wish that I could celebrate, but oh no, be there to hold your bouquet. Honey, I'm broke bridesmaid, a broke bridesmaid, yeah. Dearly beloved, we gathered here today, taking night every broke bridesmaid and saying, keep up with all your vows. But our cards are all backed out. I still love y'all, but my bank account drained. Summer, spring, or fall, only make it if it may rain. Yeah. And I guess that it's your special day, and I wish that I could celebrate, but oh no, be there to hold your bouquet.
And that was American Blonde, ladies and gentlemen, Nata and Tinka, and that was Broke Bridesmaid. And you're listening to Hank's Corner with Hank and Hannah. And I like the way that sounds. We may have to do some more podcasts together, Hank, Hannah, because Hank and Hannah sounds very good together.
I like Hank and Hannah.
Yeah.
I just did that.
But
That's so cool.
so for those that are not doing it, which I don't know why, but you need to be out there following American Blonde on social media. You can also find them AmericanBlondeMusic.com. You'll find where they're going to be, including this cruise that's coming up. And so, I really want to thank both of you for, coming on my podcast, making the 150th episode so special. And, hopefully whether it's in Nashville, Florida, or somewhere out there, I get another chance to get to see you again.
Yes, please. Anytime you're in Nashville, let us know.
Please reach out.
We'll do it. We'll go get coffee, whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if we have a show, that would be fantastic to see you again. And thank y'all so much for having us on today. 150th birthday. Let's go.
So excited. 150. That's so incredible.
crazy.
That's awesome. And like we said too, we would love to come out to your neck of the woods and play as well. So if you have any venues, just like shoot us a little DM and we'll try to see if we can come out and play in your woods.
That'd be
So that'd
amazing.
be cool.
Oh, we definitely have one here at the Tiki Cove in Land O'Lakes. It's on the beach on a lake, and it's a great venue. So we'll talk offline about that. And Hannah, thanks so much for co-hosting as well.
Thanks for
Guys,
having me.
thank you
Y'all
so
are
much.
so fun. So fun. I love your energy. Like, just so talented. So
We
I
would
talented.
have
love
said the same
y'all.
about you. I was like, well, Hannah could just be our other sister.
I know. Our sister's name was Hannah. So let's just join a band. Let's
I've got the
I wanna
blonde
do a
hair.
show with you, Hannah. Like, let's connect after this as well.
Heck yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks, y'all.
I've always been so independent, go where I want when I want to. Never met a guy worth my time. I ain't even jaded, it's just the truth. Here's a little free advice for you before you make your move. I don't need a man, honey, I can dance on my own just fine. Take care of my own life. If you're good enough, wanna lift me up, always put me first. Let me have my best and my worst. If you're up for that, if that's something you can do, I don't need a man unless it's a man like you. Just like Shania Twain, you know I ain't impressed by much, so don't press your luck, babe. You can take your chance long as you understand. I don't need a man, honey, I can dance on my own just fine. Take care of my own life. If you're good enough, wanna lift me up, always put me first. Let me have my best and my worst. If you're up for that, if that's something you can do, I don't need a man unless it's a man like you. Yeah. Whoa, You think I'm difficult, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm far from typical, so don't you forget. I don't need